Let's start with the formula because everything else builds on this. The number you need to never work again is called your FIRE number. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. And the math behind it is simpler than most people expect. Take whatever you spend per year. Multiply it by 25. That's your number. That's it. If you spend $40,000 a year, you need $1 million. If you spend $60,000 a year, you need $1.5 million. If you spend $80,000 a year, you need $2 million. If you spend $100,000 a year, you need $2.5 million. The reason this works is something called the 4% rule. If your portfolio is invested in a diversified mix of stocks and bonds, history shows you can withdraw 4% per year and your money will last 30 years or more, even through recessions, crashes, and market downturns. Multiply your annual spending by 25 and you get the same number as taking your spending divided by 0.04. Same formula, two ways to look at it now. Here is where it gets real. Because knowing the formula is not the hard part. The hard part is figuring out where you are right now and how far the gap actually is. Let's go by age. If you are in your 20s right now, you have something nobody in their 30s, 40s, or 50s can buy back. Time. Compounding is violent in the best possible way when you have 20 to 30 years of runway. A 22-year-old who invests $500 a month at a 9% average annual return, which is below the historical stock market average, will have $1.87 million by age 55. Not $500 a month forever, just $500 a month, starting now. The benchmark for your 20s is simple. By the time you turn 30, you should have at least 1 times your annual salary saved and invested, not sitting in a savings account earning 0.01%. Invested. If you make $55,000 a year and you are turning 30, the target is $55,000 in the market. Most 20-somethings are nowhere close. The average American in their 20s has about $10,000 saved total. That gap is real, but it is also the most fixable gap on this list because time is still doing the heavy lifting. If you are in your 30s, the window is still open, but the math is getting less forgiving. By 35, the benchmark is 2 times your annual salary. By 40, 3 times. These are not arbitrary numbers. They come from what the math requires to retire comfortably at 65. If you want to retire earlier than that, multiply accordingly. Here is the brutal truth about your 30s. This is the decade where lifestyle inflation destroys more retirement timelines than any market crash ever has. You get a raise, you get a bigger apartment, you get a nicer car. You tell yourself you will invest more next year. And then 10 years pass, and your income doubled, but your savings rate barely moved. The fix for your 30s is not about finding more money. It is about automating before the money hits your checking account. Set up automatic contributions to your 401k, your Roth IRA, and a brokerage account before you ever see the paycheck. The money you never see is the money you actually invest. If you are in your 40s, we are not panicking, but we are being honest. By 45, the target is 4 to 5 times your salary invested. By 50, it is 6 times. If you are behind those numbers, the 2 levers available to you are: increase what you are putting in and be strategic about where it goes. The 40s are when tax-advantaged accounts start doing serious work if you have not already maximized them. In 2026, you can put $23,500 into a 401k and $7,000 into a Roth IRA. And if you are 50 or older, those limits get even better. I'll cover that in a second. This is also the decade where people start making the emotional mistake of being too conservative because they finally have something to lose. Moving everything to bonds or cash at 45 because you are scared of a correction is how people accidentally destroy the compounding that was supposed to carry them through retirement. Your 40s still have 20 or more years of growth ahead of them if you are targeting a normal retirement age. Do not let one bad quarter turn a long-term investor into a short-term hoarder. If you are in your 50s, this is the catch-up decade. And I mean that literally. The IRS calls it a catch-up contribution. Once you turn 50, you can add an extra $7,500 on top of the normal 401k limit, bringing your total to $31,000 per year in that account alone. Roth IRA catch-up is an extra $1,000, bringing that to $8,000. If you are behind and you are 50, maximizing every tax-advantaged account you have access to is the single most efficient move available to you. By 55, the target is 7 to 8 times your salary. By 60, 10 times. If your number is $2 million and you are at 1.2 million at 55, you are not done, but you are not out. A decade of maximum contributions plus market growth can cover that gap. It requires real commitment and probably some lifestyle adjustments, but the math is not impossible. Now, let me give you the honest summary. The reason most people never hit their number is not because they could not afford to save. It is because they never made it automatic. They let lifestyle grow faster than income, and they waited for the perfect moment to start investing, which never comes. The formula is 25 times your annual spending. The execution is automating contributions, staying in the market through volatility, and not spending raises before you invest them. If you want to run your own number right now, the links in the description include a free FIRE calculator and a brokerage account with a sign-up bonus so you can actually start building toward that number today. Your number exists. The only question is whether you are moving toward it or not.